Well, I guess we can start.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can proceed.
just wait a bit more to fix. So here we are. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Ilona. Good afternoon to all of you who are attending our webinar. Thank you once again for joining us today in today's webinar. We must say that today is going to be a bit short. We're not going to get a lot. We're going to give a few information which we shared previously with you, of course. And we don't want to take a lot of your time. We know you guys are working. Everyone is at work now.
In fact, it's the busiest week of the year.
Correct.
We're trying to close the year and to go for Christmas. So we are going to be just 45 minutes, I guess, 50. We will see, learn how to install a PV system on all types of surfaces. Because, you know, you have seen that we receive a lot of questions,
Yes.
right? So I have a green roof, can I install your structure?
Correct.
I have a gravel roof, can I install your structure? And it's really this topic for today.
So yeah, as Ilona mentioned, of course, every day we get this type of question from all the installers, even when they are new, or even for those who already has installed Sun Ballast. There are types of surfaces which they haven't used, they didn't use before, right? So they want to make sure that our structures are compatible with it. So why not today we're gonna share it once again, and we're gonna explain by details each type of surfaces where you can implement Sun Ballast structures. So let's proceed. I guess we have a question, Elena.
I just want to make sure that everybody can listen.
You can write in the chat.
Can write on the question part. So just two things before we start. So the webinar is live.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, just write it down and we will answer to you live. And the second thing is that it's being registered. So for those who couldn't attend the webinar or are short of things, we will send the link to see it when they have feedback.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So I guess everything is okay.
I don't think we have any issues so far. Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we can proceed. Yeah.
This is the topic that we are facing today. I'd like to ask a question to all you attending the webinar. So the first one is, did you know Sun Ballast before? So it's just yes or no.
Yeah, you guys just can click yes or no. I'm sure a majority of you already. Yeah.
So let's wait just a couple of seconds to close it.
So far, we have only attendees who already.
Who knows Sun Ballast? Okay, so I can close it.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, we go. Okay, and
you're already sharing it. So as you can see from the screen, 100% all the attendees they already know our structure. So it's good. It's good to have our clients. Yeah, it's really good feeling. We can hide.
This shows us the work that marketing has done, so everybody knows us. That's a good thing. Okay, so now we can proceed with the presentation.
Right.
Okay, so I guess everybody can see our screen. Perfect.
Yes.
So let's proceed.
In the arrow, yeah, we start the first icon that would be where can our ballast
be installed.
Correct. So
let others know, then we will talk about our technical office, our technical service. Below we will have tech details. So where can our ballast be installed? It's the biggest question of the year.
Yes, correct. As you can see, even on the screen, our structures can be installed in different typologies of the roofs. Can be, as we know, everywhere in the world. I mean, Sun Ballast is operating in Europe, but we've done several installation in African continent. We've done installation in America. We've done installation in Asia. So every installation that we had, every project had this question, right? So they had different typologies, right? I remember one project was in United Arab Emirates, right? So in there, all people know is only sand and thing, but yeah, I mean the guy had a bitumen sheet, a bitumen roof, so he could install our ballast in there. And then he was asking me if we could install, since they have like huge spaces of land, they could install that, or they can use the ballast in the sand, right? Whenever there was space available. So yes, today we will check all these 5 typologies where we can implement some ballast structure. The first one, as we all know, and is the most common typology, is the sheath, right? So everybody knows the typology of sheath that can be on your roof, can be cover your roof. So those come in different ways. There's not only one type of sheath. Can be sheath that can be bituminous, can be sheaths that have very slippery kind of TPO material. Yes, EPDM, the hard rubber, which can go that is plays the role of protecting the roof, right? So this type of typologies, we face them daily. Let's say every day we got projects from different installers that they have this typology, and with our structure, it is possible. Apart from the side that some ballast structures, they come even with a rubber mat, right?
Exactly.
So we do provide, whenever we do a report, when we send the material to installers, we provide a rubber mat which goes under the ballast, and that is compatible even with if you have a sheath roof. So our rubber mats are, as we know, are made like they are 100% recyclable, especially for the rubber that we use outside of Italy, that we use in all the countries, or countries in Europe or other countries. They are 100% recyclable. They are fireproof, and they are very resistant to heat or cold, right? Due to snows, or whenever it's the temperature, they are more above 35, 40. They are very resistant, and they last very long. So
and they help you protect the roof.
definitely, yeah. So that means that you have a bituminous sheath on the roof, and you have a rubber mat as well, which come with our structure, right? So your roof is double covered, and will not have any issue, or will not impact on the roof, right? So the ballast will be protected, the roof will be protected from both sides. Now we can.
The reason that I would highlight for this type of roof, for any kind of roof where it's Sun Ballast used, is that you don't need to drill the roof.
Correct.
So
correct.
The
yeah,
shoe will help you protect the roof.
Definitely, we don't want to drill, to make holes on the roof due to water, due to heavy rains. You know, like water can go down. That's why some ballast. That is one of the main advantages, actually, because you don't need to drill the roof. You can just implement the ballast directly. Now we can see some. Yeah, definitely.
The ballast, you put the ballast, and you put
easy. Again, everyone can do that, like a child game. You know, like you just play the ballast, and so you can see some.
Like the things that you do to kids, like to.
It's the same. Yeah.
So it's very, very easy to install.
Yeah, we move forward, we see some installations. Of course, yeah. The first.
That it's mostly used in industrial roofs, right?
Correct. Correct. Now it can be used majority of the time. Industrial roof, they're covered with bitumen. Some houses as well. I mean, they prefer to do their coverage due to water infiltration with bitumen. So this material you can find is very common, right? So in here we have one of our systems which is installed on this type of roof, which is bitumen. This type of bitumen, as we know, is very harsh. If you see it closely, it has some small, very small stones that they are glued in the material of it. So that means the material is not slippery, right? The ballast cannot shift. Apart from the side that we put even our rubber mat, that means it can be resistant. Here we can say that the ballasts are very compatible, not only with this system that we have, but even with others, of course.
That is true. And my question is, which is the system that we mostly suggest for this kind of roof? Which is the ballast, the system, some ballast structure that you suggest to use in this case?
Definitely, all our system. I have to say this before I mention a system generally. All our system are compatible, like with this type of, as I mentioned at the beginning. Majority of the people, they prefer, whenever there is an industrial roof, they do prefer to have a, okay, we talk about east-west installation, which they want to implement more modules, right? So they want to implement more power in that space that they have available. If they have a roof that is completely flat and they want to have like less load on the roof, definitely they will go for connect system, right? But if those roofs they have obstacles and all these things, we all know that
for sure,
they will go with standard system and they will just implement it for sales system if they have small spaces. But if they're going, if you remember, we've done several installation industrial roofs which they are even inclined, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there are roofs with a slope like 0 to 5 degrees, let's say, to go up to 7, even up to 10. We've done some installation. Of course, those they need to be checked from our technical department. But yes, you can use it. Of course, we go with low inclination there, right? So we don't want to risk and the ballast to fall from the roof. So everything is checked from our technical team. So yeah, I mean, from my side, I would suggest for this topology, I would suggest majority of the installations we are with standard, right? Standard system and connect system. That are
So
not
the
used.
connect is the best
Correct.
solution when the space in the roof is
Definitely. Definitely, it's strong as we all know. We've done it in previous webinar. This system is our latest one, but now it's more than 2 years. It is on the market. Yeah, but it's very good. We've seen it. This type of system has all the advantages that you guys can read below. Very high wind resistance. Elena can assist me here.
the connect system is the most used in this case because it's very resistant. But one of the reasons in this type of surface is because it's not too heavy for the roof. So the weight goes up to 20 to 25 kilograms per square meter, even plus module.
Yes, the ballast is always calculated ballast plus module. Like there are occasions, as you know, connect comes with different inclination from 5 to 30.
5 to 30. So the 10 degree is also in vertical.
Correct. 10 degrees we can use it on vertical poles as well. The other inclination can be used only on horizontal poles. We might say that if we use a 5-degree connect system, then we use a 30-degree connect system, we'll see a slightly change on the weight on the weight per roof, right? 5 degrees, of course, will be even lighter. So in some occasions, the statics they come for kg per square meter. It comes 15 or 13 kilograms, like, which is nothing, right? Even comparing to the traditional structures, right? So those that they are known for having less weight on the roof because of the material they have, still they can go even more heavier than our ballast, which is all concrete, right? Because they need to put the ballast plates on top of it, a lot of accessories that they go with our structure. The weight is distributed.
They put a lot more weight.
You have to. It's necessary to put it.
So even if it's 15 or 20 kilograms per square meter, it's still resistant.
Correct.
And in fact, there are a lot of clients that are surprised at this, and they keep doing question, no, but it's, the weight is not enough. My technician is saying so. You know, the system is connected. That's why you don't need to fill it with extra weight to make it resistant.
Yes, sometimes it may be required to have here and there to have some additional weight depending on the area which the installation is done. So, but as from the name, it's all connected, all linked together, very resistant, very low loads on the roof, right? Of course, and comes with a low inclination, right? Which is good depending on the country where you are geographically, which inclination is better for you.
In fact, to mention, we at the technical office, we ask some more information to develop, right? That we will explain later. And based on all that information, we provide you with the best solution, right?
Right.
So for connect system, we have 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 15, 20, and 30, right? So a lot of solutions, and you decide which one to go with based on the product that you have. And being the lighter system, that makes that lowers the cost of the transport, right?
Definitely.
So that's
you're ordering from Italy and you're going to another country, let's say for example Norway or some Nordic place. Of course, everyone is worried about the weight, right? Of course, they are like, okay, it's going to be shipped, it's going to cost a lot of money. So with Connect, you don't have this problem.
exactly.
Yeah.
And furthermore, being lighter, being easy to install, you use even the overall cost of the plant, right?
Correct. Definitely.
Because you shorten the time of the installation.
You need less time. You don't need as many more stuff as you need with other structures. All this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're gonna finish like the first video that was on our web page. I remember was 65 kilowatts, 65.5 kilowatt installation done in 1 day.
Exactly.
Yeah, in 1 day with just a few installers.
It's very, very easy to install. In our website, you can even find a page. It's called Video and Assembly Instruction, where you find all the videos done with our systems. Right? So it's the Connect system, sales system, and all other systems. And you can see how easy it's our system to install. Here, you have all the videos. We have done a simulation. Having all the time
that we will take it. We do have a table for all the timings that people require for how many kilowatt you want. So you can download that as well. Correct. You can download it for free, so you can check it and do your calculation according how many stuff you're gonna need, how many power are you planning to install, right?
So this is the table that I was talking about. So for each system, including or not including accessories, you have the time that you need for per kilowatt.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So that's our Connect system.
Yeah, we can go.
That's a perfect solution for sheath.
Bitumen sheath, yeah.
Yeah. So we said that it's very high wind resistant. It's also tested and certified. So there have been done the test in the wind tunnel.
Yes.
And the system can resist up to 150 kilometers per hour.
Yes, correct. Connect, yeah.
So you can check even all the tests that have done to our system, like fluid dynamics. And as we mentioned earlier, with the Connect system, the weight is distributed in the room. So that is what makes the system the perfect solution for this kind of weight.
Perfect.
So I don't know. Let's check if we have any questions now. Yes. No. Okay. So.
Yeah, please feel free to ask any type of question. You can write it. We'll be happy to reply. Yeah, of course. I mean, we are here for that, right? We want to know what is your why are you worried, or what do you want to know more about the structure, right? Here is just we are here for a few minutes. We're not gonna stay long this time because we said it's not a long webinar. We don't have a big explanation, but any type of question can be, you can write it on the section below. You have it on your right on the screen. So yeah, please feel free. We can move to the second.
So the second type of growth that we mostly have been facing during our work in Sun Ballast is the flooring line.
Yes, correct. Different type of typologies that can be used. Well, okay, it's flooring, right? We say it, but in that there can come different type of material which you can cover your roof, right? Can be tiles, different types of housing tiles that we use. Even inside the house can be used to cover even the roof, right? Those the thick tiles that they be using with the sand, which you place the sand first and then you implement the tile. Correct. Different type of pavement, small stones or big plates, which can be used in this type of surface. Of course, Sun Ballast is compatible as well. Here we see one of the installations with one of our systems, which has been used on this type of roof, right? And I guess a lot of people prefer, since this typology, right, is used more for houses, private houses, or building apartments, right? In the end, they have this. Majority of them they have this. So they have reduced spaces on them because they are shared. They have everyone wants to implement more power. I guess the system that will go for it more is the sales system, right? Sales system, as we all know on our previous webinars, is a system that comes available only with 2 inclinations.
Yes, 5 and 11 degrees only. So with 5 degrees, you can go up to 6 rows.
6 rows.
While 11 degrees, you can go up to 3 rows.
3 rows. The models are next to each other. There's just a little bit space, like millimeters from the model to model. So like this, you can implement more power on your small space that you have in your house, on your roof, right, or in your garage, the extra spaces that you want to implement the structure. The advantages of this system, of course, the space optimization that we are talking, maximum power and minimum space, very quick to install. The installation method, it's almost similar to with all our system, right? So it doesn't change a lot, just a few accessories here and there which will be added. For example, in sail, there is a junction plate which is used to connect 2 ballasts from the first row to the second and from the second to the third. If we're talking about the 11, and if we're talking for the 5 degrees, the same for all the ballasts, right? That junction plate helps you to make the system more resistant, right? So due to movement or if there are heavy winds, the system will be more resistant, will not move, will not make any incidents for your installation. So there are occasions that the junction plate is not necessary. That depends always on the dimension of the model that you're using. One thing probably we'll mention for the laying of the modules with 5 and 11, on 5 degrees, it's possible to lay your modules as well in vertical poles, right? For standard modules, if we're talking for modules that they are less than 2 by 1 meters, right? The standard modules, you can implement them with 5 degrees on vertical. 11 degrees, doesn't matter, standard or large model 2 by 1, they are implemented always in horizontal poles. Several questions that they come just today. Actually, I was talking with one of my colleagues, which he mentioned that one of his installers that he purchased the 11 degree and he installed it on vertical, right? I mean, you can do experimentation, right? You can, of course, we will never suggest you to do, because these type of bulbs are created for this reason, to support this plane, right, horizontal. If we say that cannot be supported on vertical, please do not try to experiment or do like you think that you can do it, because you can install it in vertical, but it will not be comfortable. First of all, it will not be safe. Your installation will be very weak, and then you're gonna have to contact us again and see where the damage was, right? So please, whenever we say these things, that they are for your information. 11 goes on horizontal always, and 5 can go on vertical and horizontal.
But for standard models,
correct.
If the dimensions are higher, so we suggest you can say
horizontal.
So for the vertical laying of the modules, if the modules are 1 to 2 meters, we suggest always 10 degree quintal ballast.
Yes, it's another ballast which is implemented for this type of models, right?
Exactly. So it's this ballast. It was created for this reason, to install the modules in vertical. Yeah, to accommodate them.
As you can see, the shape of this ballast is almost similar with our other ballast, which is 10 degree. We call that 10V. This is 10L, right? L stands for large. Yes, so as you can see from the shape itself, it's very long and supports the models 2 by 1, right, in vertical post.
Exactly.
Very compatible.
Anyway, while for the horizontal laying of the modules, all our system can be used. We have to say this because a lot of times see our technical data sheet and they think that our systems can be installed only with standard modules. That is not true. So all our systems can be used with this kind of modules. But we have to say that they have to stand all the assembly data sheet of the module.
Yes.
We have to try to verify all the time the fixing points of the module, and then we can say if it's compatible or not.
Yes, correct. It is very necessary to have the assembly sheet. We need to know the fixing point of the module. Like this, we can always be 100% sure if your model is compatible with our structure.
Yeah, that's true. And Furthermore, in very soon we have a new accessory.
Definitely, they will be launched. Actually, it's launched. It's done. One webinar is already done in Italy
Yeah.
for this type of accessory that we launched. It's called Noplex, right? So from the name itself, you guys can imagine what we're talking about. This is for the large models mainly, regarding the flexibility of the model, right? Due to heavy winds, heavy snow loads, different areas where we are installing, and due to the market now, which they are producing more and more big models. Let's say the standard models are going out of fashion slowly. They are still online, right? They are still producing, but we see that every day that we receive a project with models 2x1 and bigger. 500, 550, 600. You never know. Soon we're gonna have 800 watts, 1000. You don't know. Yeah? Correct. So this accessory is called Noplex. It will help all the installers or removing the fear if the model will be flexible with our structure, because we have this question all the time. I'm worried because the model will bend due to time, due to sun, due to rain, snow. It will bend with the time, right? In a couple of years. With this type of structure, with this type of accessory that we're gonna launch, you'll not have this issue anymore. Though it's very easy accessory can be installed on all our structures, right? They are kind of junction plates, which they help the ballast to become even a bit longer, right? To support the long models, right? So that means that if previously you had one model with two ballasts, now you're gonna have with Noplex, you're gonna have one model, and you're gonna be able to implement a ballast in the center of the model, which will make the model more resistant. Definitely. Yes, I guess we will not go to share the pictures and everything, because everything will be visible in our web page. It will be visible in our next webinar. So we're gonna hold. So it's gonna be with more details and explaining you all the details of all the characteristics of this type of accessory which ballast can use, because it changes it on. If you've seen, because we've seen that for connect system is different. Yeah. Comes extra pieces. Yeah, for standard system is easy. When I say standard, that type of accessory, the Noplex for standard, can be used for east-west, can be used for sail system. It's the same thing. For connect is different, because it's going to be like with 3-4 junction plate. It's different where you can install the model. So we are not we are good with even with the models with big dimensions. Definitely. I mean, that doesn't mean that we cannot use. Yeah, that doesn't mean that we cannot use now. We're using them daily. We've done several hundreds of installation with big models in horizontal posts. Of course, as Elena mentioned before, the assembly data sheet of the model will be necessary for us. Checking the fixation points, definitely when using horizontal poles, we need to make sure, according to the typology of the model, we need to make sure that the model is compatible to be fixed or to be clamped, right? Because with our structure, they are to be clamped. You don't need to drill, you don't need to do anything. So it's just some models on their technical data sheet that have where you can insert the holes, because they have holes already on the frame. Some models they have where you can be when can be clamped, right? With our structure, they are clamped on the ballast from the short side on horizontal poles. I can say that in standard system, 0 degree, right? 0 degree is something that we had a lot of question. Big models 2x1, and we implemented a new strategy not more than a week ago with our technical office, which they are able to implement to place the ballast even on horizontal, even on vertical poles in the same time, right? Yeah, exactly. Of course, it will increase a bit the load on the roof of it, but your system will be more secure for sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we said the perfect solution when you have less sails, and for this type of surface is the same system. Big time, yeah. We have another typology. Yeah. So which correct. Well, I mean, you've seen types of roof with gravel, right? Probably not all countries they use the typology of the roof. Gravel, just a fact, is even written here. It's used even for water infiltration, and it's good even to protect the roof from the UV rays.
Yes.
Right. So a lot of customers, they use to, even if they have bitumen or they had another typology under, sometimes they cover with gravel. Right. So they want to have this type of coverage due to sun or water infiltration. So we, time to time, we get installation that they are done on gravel roofs. Some
And that we receive most in this case is, do we like to install first the ballast and then place
correct.
the gravel?
Yeah.
Has to put the gravel and then install the ballast on the ground.
Can be done in both ways, right? So depending on what you feel more comfortable and have. If you already have the gravel on the roof, the best idea, the best solution that we will give you will be to remove the space of gravel, right? And to add, will be the safest side. Correct. Like this example on the picture that you guys see, the ballast is already inserted in the gravel, so it doesn't move at all, right? But that means that you can implement the ballast directly in contact with gravel as well without making the hole.
It always depends on the dimensions of the gravel.
Correct.
Because there have been cases I remember in Spain where the gravel were
Big stones.
stone, so it's
not good, and the ballast will not stay. It will not be like horizontally proper.
You always suggest to install first the ballast and then to.
You can cover it with gravel. For those who think or they are thinking right now that, okay, do I need to put the rubber mat under? Do I need to put the sheath that we provide? Before we used to whenever it was gravel, we were not providing it, right? So we saw the majority of our installers or our clients, even though they knew that you cannot use the rubber mat. They use it. They wanted to buy from us. They want to use. They remove the gravel. They implement it. They place it. So now, with every project that you get from us regarding gravel, you will have as well the rubber mat. It will be your choice to place it or not, right? So we're going to implement in that.
Like you see, even in the pictures, the most chosen by our customers in this.
Definitely standard, yeah. And yeah, the standard ballast, which you can do a configuration on East-West, right? Right, East-West system, as we all know, and it's very common, very used. We mentioned before in commercial roofs and all these, those people want to generate more power, to implement more modules on it. So like this, you will not have so much space, right? On you don't have a lot of space in the roof, and you want to place more bulk. The orientation that will go for it is the east-west, right? Of course, it could be even for whenever you have a bad orientation of the building. Correct. You want to generate more power as usual, and you definitely will go for east-west system. As you know, east-west is a very simple system. It's yeah, the only difference is like you place them on back to back to each other. Back to back to each other, as you can see on the picture. There are like 8 modules in here. It's a simulation with 8 modules, so you can see the number of the ballast and the number of the modules. There's no space between modules. They are close to each other. Sometimes it requires, well, for me, this is like a very safe system, right? So you can see even the shape itself is like aerodynamic, right? So the wind goes and doesn't move the system at all. Doesn't matter which area you are or how high you are. Sometimes it requires just to add some small additional accessory, probably on the side. A junction plate, you can connect 2 ballasts probably just on the side, right? Whenever the wind point, correct. The junction plate for east-west is required actually just for some sort of, not for all that. We do it for 3, 5 degrees, and you used to do it for 8 as well, which we don't have it anymore now. We don't produce 8 anymore, but we substitute it with 10, which is more common and more used. So 3, 5, and before it used to be 8, now it's not anymore. You can use the junction plate, right? For the other ballast, 10, 11, 15. Okay, if you want to go more, 20 degrees, it's not necessary to use the junction plate at all, which connect the 2 ballasts. You can implement it directly on module directly on the ballast.
Yeah, and besides, that makes it very hard in the system.
Definitely. Well, I mean, one of the advantages of East-West system, I must say, is also the flexibility. And when you see it for the first time, it doesn't look like it's flexible because it's all like gathered together. like it's stuck in there. But no, you can add or remove modules according to the layout of the roof, right? You have an
So it's how our system are able to circumvent any obstacle.
Correct.
So you can enter the rows
correct.
based on the
Add or remove, yeah, like based on the roof you have, right?
yeah, exactly. So it's very flexible as
Definitely. The time of installation, of course, this one is pretty much simple. Yeah, like very fast. Yeah.
Installation here.
Yes, we do have it.
This one, so let's you see 6 minutes.
Yeah, six minutes. They are doing a 4 modules on East-West.
So it's very fast install. And you can see we can go on with another kind of roof surface.
Yes, yeah, the green roof, very common in some countries.
Like
Germany, Austria, some part of Switzerland as well. They of course they do have it. As you can see here, they are used for different reasons as well. The green roof. Some people prefer to do it by their own as a pleasure.
Yeah.
Just to have it as how to say, for fun. Just to have it on to look. It looks nice, right? When you have a green roof on. Correct. It's like you finish in the house and you go on top of the roof and you have a nice view. We have a small garden in there, so we find this type of roof in several countries, and they are worried. Okay, can I implement a ballasted structure in that? Definitely, you can. Of course, with our structure, you can use all our Sun Ballast system with this type of roof, right? You can use all the Sun Ballast structures, and the thing is that it will not damage your roof, right? Yeah, if you have if you have plants or flower, of course, yeah, but always the floor, the ground under the grass or whatever is in there can be used, right? You can store things, you can put or add or remove things. So it's no issue. Here you have an installation example where is a green roof.
It's a school in Germany, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, correct. This is an installation in Germany. Of course, this is another installation.
Yeah. Gravel and green.
Yeah, definitely you can add gravel if you want, and all this. Some of them, if you can go back a bit, the previous picture here, the school in Germany that I mentioned, we see that they are used high ballast, right? Which, as we said on the sales system, we can use it as a full system. We can use it as standard as well. So it's up to you if you wanna get a high ballast in order to prevent the grass growth, right? In case of the green roof, correct. Correct. The shadow even from the grass, the shadow even from the surrounding walls, the high parapets that you might have, the high ballast are the perfect solution for it. Like in this occasion when we see a green roof with I think it's 11 or 5. I cannot see it from here. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 11 from the shape it is 11 degrees, probably the third one, 11.3, which is the highest in the sales system. The client, and it's very common, right? Our colleagues, which they work in with distributors in Germany, a lot of companies they purchase only the 11.2 or 11.3 or 5.4, 5.6, 5. This ballast that they wanted to have it high. Is their choice, like we said, it helps you on a lot of occasions, so it's good.
Perfect. So
yeah, in here we go. Yeah, in green roof we have some installation samples that we saw with Elona.
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
I think this case, like you mentioned, the most used one are the balance of the sales system.
Yes, correct.
The single balance.
Yeah,
separately. So
green roofs, majority of the time, I might say like 95%, they are high ballast. It's a very small amount of orders that we sell with low ballast. They can use it whenever the green roof is. Depends even the grass, right?
Yeah.
There are some green roofs that they use fake grass.
Yeah. With always growth focus program, need to go with us.
You don't need a high ballast. You can always like use the regular ballast that we have. But yeah, I mean, our ballast, they do have a certain height, all of them, right? So it's not risky to implement. You can place them, but some of the installers they prefer to have even higher than that, which is their choice, and we suggest it. So why not?
Perfect. So we got even a solution for green roofs, and the last one, so it's not a roof, it's
Yeah.
we see a lot of questions if our ballast can be used on the ground.
Yeah, because we are highlighted, right? We are highlighted as the perfect solution for flat roofs, right? So whenever they see the cost, right? When you implement, you do an installation on a commercial roof, right? A big one, and then you see the cost that is very good. That's why they say, why not? I might try it on ground, right? I might use a solar farm and use your ballast, right? Why not? Our ballasted, and lately, especially this year, I can say, me personally from my side, I've done several installation on the ground, and they started becoming even bigger, right? In the beginning was like 50 kilowatts, 100 kilowatts. Now we are going more than 500, 600 kilowatt installation on the ground. They go on different solutions as well. They go on standard, they go on connect, on east-west.
Yeah.
Some of them, they prefer even sail, but these three are the most used one. Standard system, as you can see in here, this is one installation example. This is a small project, small installation.
I would say something for ground installations. It is very important that the territory has to be flat.
Yes, of course.
So you have to work it. You have to prepare it.
It's important, is mandatory, right? You need to, definitely you need to. If you want to install it, you have to do these things, right? So we can always advise you, we can suggest you that you need to prepare the land before implementing Sun Ballast. You can, yes, it has to be flat. You can do it on several ways, right? In this picture, we see what the client decided to add gravel after the ground was completely flat, right? He added gravel, and then he implemented some ballast directly on it. Some people prefer to use concrete on it.
Yeah.
In this occasion, we have some block tiles, which the client places the ballast directly, and there is no issue at all. It's like you have it on a pavement roof, right? On the flooring roof is the same thing. So this some people they use it on the ground with grass, so they prefer to remove that part because they don't want the grass to grow back there again, or they can cover it with some fabric material. This fabric material can be found everywhere in every hardware store near your country. You have close by. You can buy it. It's not a specific fabric material that is required. This is very common. Is used in a lot of I can say in a lot of companies that they do installation on the ground, not only for photovoltaics, right? For several reasons. I've seen some of them they add gravel, then they add the fabric material on top of it. Then some of them they do the opposite. They add the fabric material, they add gravel on top of it. They prevent a lot of things, right? So first of all, the ground will be completely flat. It will prevent the grass growth. You will not have more grass that can go on top of your models and the system.
And in this case, you don't need to go with a higher ballast.
Correct. You can use a low ballast.
Connect.
Yeah, I mean, they are very worried, right? They're like, okay, I'm using on the ground. I'm going to do a big installation. Then I'm worried because your ballast is very low, right? Yeah, this is one of the solutions. You can do it. You can use connect system, standard system, east-west system, even sail system. You can use all the system with all our ballast and the illumination. You can use it. Of course, perfect solution will be a high ballast, right? Will be a high ballast as well because to prevent it, all these things. Of course, you have to do the things that we mentioned. Yes, yes, correct. We do not, of course, due to movement of the ground, right? This needs to be clarified and mentioned in here because due to movement of earth, sometimes it can be risky, right? Since this system is not drilled, is not inserted inside the ground, right? Like you do, yeah, it's not fixed. So we do our best to do it, and we always advise the clients before that in case of an earthquake, let's say, right?
Yeah.
If something happened, and of course your system will have some problems, all right? It will move or something will get damaged, and that can happen with all the structure, not only with ours. But yes, it's not fixed, but it's safe, right? Our structure, and it's very easy.
Very.
If you do the comparison with Sun Ballast and a traditional structure, definitely with Sun Ballast you have to finish faster in every possible way.
So the preparation, everything that you need, it's way faster, it's way easier, and it's way cheaper.
it's cheaper, right? It needs to be mentioned, right? That it needs to be mentioned because doing traditional structures, it requires time to check the ground out and in, right? You know, the engineers that they go, then it happens that there are grounds that they do not allow the drilling, right? There are big stones under it, and yeah, they prefer to use a structure that doesn't go inside. But with some ballast, you don't need to do this type of requirements. Do research, right? You can just like implement the ballast with those small adjustments that we just mentioned here.
Yes. So we see two parts. One is producing energy, one is producing gas. So
The best way possible, right?
okay, so the most used system in this
Standard, of course. Standard. We would suggest standard, of course, to have this. Even though with standard we can add a lot of accessories, we are more flexible with this type of structure, right? I can say we can play more with it, right? Because it has a lot of advantages, and we can use almost all our accessories with this type of structure. We can add additional weight, like the U-shape, the 30 kilogram. We can add it even on standard, right? You can add the cable wings on the back to make the system connected all together. That means that in the ground would be perfect solution to have it, of course, on the side that is low, but it is very safe. The system will be connected together and will be more resistant. Here is the cable wing that I just mentioned. Everyone is trying to show us, of course, even with the other accessories.
All the list of accessories here. So this is the accessory that we use with the Sun Ballast system.
Correct.
It has two functions. We can say that it makes the system more wind resistant, and also it helps to accommodate the cables,
yes,
as it says.
Correct. It plays the role of the windbreak that we used to have before, and the windbreak that you see daily with any other structure. We came up with cable wind. We invented it. We developed it. We did the research. We checked it. We tested, and now it's on the market and it's moving pretty much really good, right? So after people used it, we got the feedback that they are like, okay, this structure is really good. And cable wind as well, if you're worried, has a hole inside of it, right, to prevent the water infiltration. Yeah, we can see here it comes in 3 different sizes, depends on the type of the model and the layout that they are using, horizontal or vertical.
Right.
Yeah.
So for those who haven't seen, you can see the holes here, right?
Right.
Or it won't.
Yeah, it will not be. Yeah, it's good for water infiltration, right? So it will not stay there. It will just go down. It will not affect the cables or your system.
So here you can see the video of installation with cabling that is very easy to install, like all our systems.
I guess this will be the typologies that you can use a Sun Ballast structure. There are even other typologies probably that we didn't mention, but I can say that now. We can say that now that Sun Ballast is compatible with all of them, right? Okay, we're not talking about wood, right? If we're talking about wooden roof, definitely will not. But different types of bitumen, different types of gravels, right? Different types of tiles that we can use. There are even strong stainless steel roof material that we use some ballast. You know, we use the light ballast. There were those stainless steel roofs which they have this waves, the small waves, right? So we need the correct dimension of the roof. So like this, we can tell you if we can implement it or not.
Just to remember to all, our standard system is from 0 to 35 degrees. So 0, 3, 5, 10, 11, 15, 20, 30, and 35. Correct. So we have a wide range of inclination, and based on your project, you can choose the most.
Yeah, those inclination when we that Ilona mentioned now, they all come in several and different types of ballast. For example, we have 4 types of 0 degrees. We have 3 types of 10 degrees. We have 2 types of 10, 15 because we have standard and conic as well. So you can choose always whatever is more suitable for you.
Yeah, I guess more than 40 models of ballast.
Correct.
A wide range.
I think, Ilona, we just came.
So for the field of application, we just came to the end.
Yes.
Just talking of shortly for our technical service.
Because we promised to them 45 minutes and we are already like 50 now. So all the projects that we received from you guys, you already know because we saw that it was 100%. They all knew Sun Ballast. So that means that all of them, they have tried once, at least once, our technical service. They've had the service from our side through phone support, through our agent, our commercial that we have in here. And you know that whenever we receive your project with the details that we ask you to tell us, you're gonna receive from our side a technical drawing of the system, which is done from our technician team in here, which I might say that they are growing every day, and we are having more and more daily technicians because due to high request of the project, they work like without stop, right? And they do all this calculation for you. So technical drawing of the system. The second one that will be is a bill of material. And the bill of material would be included all the quantities of the ballast that you have, the quantity of accessories that is inside, including because the cost of the packaging, including the cost of the transport as well, which you're gonna have it on the offer. You have the bill of material in the technical drawing. You have the bill of material as well in the offer that you receive. The size and calculation, of course, every type of ballast comes with their technical data sheet, which means that you can find all the dimensions, including weight, including height, weight, and the pallet dimension as well. So you can do the calculation by your own in case you want to come and pick up the material from Italy, or you want to know what's the height of your ballast or what's the size of it.
Just to remember to all, for each ballast, in our website, you have even the technical definition.
Correct.
So, for example, if you got 0.3 ballast, so in this,
you can download it just for free.
The technical data sheet. So you can download it and see all the dimensions and everything that you need for this type of ballast. And it's the same thing for all our ballast. So you also have the most commonly asked questions, installation video, the technical drawings, and the photo gallery with the ballast. After that,
of course, you're gonna have the technical report, of course, that is checked always from our engineer, our architect, which here it's good to mention that we do provide not only one type of technical report, but we do provide several types, which they are good for all of you to know, right? So they are a technical report, the simplest one, which is just a calculation of approximate quote, we say, of your installation. If you want to know how much it will cost me with Sun Ballast, right? Yeah. The second technical report will be a technical report without layout on it. It will be just the bill of material that includes what is in there without layout. The third one will be with layout, which includes the technical drawing that is on the system, which is the common one that we use all the time, and is for free, right? So we provide this type of system, this type of technical report for free of charge.
Does even the wind load calculation.
On this, the third one. On third one, you have the layout, you have the wind load calculation, you have the static load, you have what else? The quantities all mentioned in there, like the ballast, the table laying for ballast. Of course, there is even the manual installation in the end, how to install the ballast around the accessories. And of course, the last one, I guess, will be.
You need certified.
The last one, definitely, there is one that comes with a cost. That is signed from our architect, from himself, which that means that he'll take charge of all the wind loads on the area for your installation. Will make sure that your system is fully resistant and you don't need to worry about it. That comes with a cost, like sometimes 300, 500, depends on the type of installation that it is. If it's a big one or if it's a small one. The last one, I guess you should mention because you have.
Probably have received the offer, received the technical report. You have any questions, or you have done the order, you are installing the ballast. You can always contact us, and we will support you.
Definitely.
In this case.
Definitely, our agent through the phone, through the emails, like.
I forgot to mention that we have even chat now. So anytime that you have any question, you can just start the chat. You can do your questions. And you will receive the answer in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's available in 5 languages, so all the agents can support you. It doesn't matter where you are or which language you speak. We'll find a way to come back to you with the language, so don't worry about it. It's just one step. You open the website and you can just like enter your name and email address, and you can start communicating directly with our agents.
Yeah, and you will answer shortly without wait for emails.
Correct. I think that is regarding the technical service, and that is regarding today's webinar. Once again, we guys
software.
Yet Insan already, you guys seen it from our webpage. You've seen it from our previous webinars, which Elena was hosting one with the sales agent from Insan. It's the system that is a platform design which used for Sun Ballast structures as well. All our structures are inside Insan software, and you can download Insan and you can register. You can register for free, I guess, at the moment. Yes, it's a platform that is used online, and you can register for free. But I don't think this registration for free will last long, right? Because due to time now, a lot of it will be a fee registering on it. So I suggest
some kind of calculation.
Yes, of course. But so far, it's everyone. If you need support from Insan, you can contact us. Sure. Yes, and our technicians can assist you in realizing.
You can do your own by yourself without the need of a technical office. And for example, there are clients that say, I just need the price, I just need to see the material that I need for this project. It's not decided yet, so they don't come to us, they can put it by themselves.
Since it's online, that means that you can put the correct address where you want to be installed, or you can simulate a building with the dimension you want, right? If you already have the address where you want to install it, you can just add that address and you will go directly there and you can start implementing the ballast, or you can just add a simulation of the roof with the dimension you want. All the models are available in there. All Sun Ballast structures are available for all inclinations, so it's pretty much just go ahead, register, and try. So I guess our time is finished. Unfortunately, we wanted to say more as well and to listen more from you guys. Of course, we'll come back definitely in January.
Yeah.
Definitely, I guess from my side, this will be the last webinar. I guess from your side as well. I don't know if you have another one. Yeah. So we will do the wishes, right? So we have to say for you guys that for all of you that you've been attending, happy holidays to you, Merry Christmas and New Year to you, your families, everyone, right? So thank you, and see you again next year on January together for new accessories, new things. Again, of course, definitely. So thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. We will be with the next in January.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.